Okay, we're back to key signatures, and here we are back on page 22 of the workbook. We're going to talk a little more in depth about how to write these key signatures. So across the top of the page, you see a group of key signatures. There's 8 total. 7 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, have sharps in them, going from key of G, which has 1 sharp, all the way to the key of C sharp, which has 7. These keys travel around the right side of the circle of fifths, and there you see the circle. So they progress in this direction, starting with G, going all the way to C sharp. There are 7 keys that have sharps in them in the key signature, all the way from 1 sharp, right there, all the way down here to, and it's not quite on the screen, all the way down to C sharp. That has 7 sharps in the key signature. Okay, so that's half of what we need to learn. And then also on page 22, you'll see the second staff. There's a group of 7 more key signatures. They all have flats in them, all the way from F to the key of C flat. Those keys on the circle of fifths travel around the left side of the circle. I'll try to get my pen going. Well, I got to reposition. They travel around the left side of the circle, all the way from F with 1 flat to the key of C flat. It has 7 flats. And there they are. There are the 7 flats there. Let's talk about the definition. It will be on the test, the definition of key signature. On page 22 in the workbook, it is about halfway down the page. And see the big bold key signature starting off that paragraph. And really that first sentence is all you need. Key signature is a group of accidentals found on the staff which establishes the key or tonality of the music. What's a key? Up here, farther up the page, it says key refers to the letter name of the tonic, or the 1, the first note of the scale around which a composition is based. If the notes of a song are based on the notes of a C major scale, we say the song is in the key of C. If the notes are based around, if the song is based around the notes that is in a G major scale, we'd say that it was in the key of G. If it was and so forth and so on. A group of accidentals found on the staff which establishes the key or the tonality of the music. And all of these are groups of accidentals on the staff. They're not notes, they're not chords, they're not scales. It's just a group of accidentals that tells you about the key of the song that you're in. It also helps to find the major scale that provides the tonality of the key of the music. All right, so you can see on this page that there's a pattern to these. There's a pattern to these different keys and the groups of accidentals. There's actually a recurring pattern, and I want to talk about that right now. There's a way to write these, a specific way to write these that we need to observe and learn. So the order of the sharps as they go on the staff follows the same memory device I gave you in class. Fat cats go down alleys eating bananas. I think I finally settled on that one. Fat cats go down alleys eating bananas. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. In the key of G, if you look on the circle, in the key of G, there is 1 sharp. There's G. So all we need is 1 sharp for the key signature for the key of G. Just 1 sharp. and that would be the very first one in the order. And we put a sharp on the F, and we've got the key of G. What's the next? Can you remember what the next? Well, I just wrote it in there, so whether you remember it or not, there it is. Key of D has 2 sharps. 1 sharp, 2 sharps. So we will use those 2, the first 2 in the Fat Cats Go Down Alleys Eating Bananas order. We'll use the first 2. We'll do F on the 5th line and C on the 3rd space, and that's the key signature for D. What's the next key? What's the next key in the circle going around the right side where the sharp keys are? It's right there. It's that A. So the key of A has 3 sharps. All right, and here's our order, F, C, G, D, A, E, B. So we'll take the first 3 of those and write them on the staff. F goes on the 5th line, C goes on the 3rd space, and G goes way up here on the space above the staff. That's where the G goes. So we have F and C and G. All right. If I can get that to erase, we'll move on our way. All right, so I'm going to cut to the chase and go to the key of C sharp. The key of C sharp has all 7 sharps. Here's how you write this pattern down. Here's the pattern that if you can remember this pattern, then you've got the pattern for all of the various keys. Okay, we're back, and we're going to do the key signature for the key of C sharp. If we can make that pattern work, then we'll be able to do the pattern for any other key with sharps in it. So we start with F, and that will go on the 5th line. Every key signature with the sharps starts with F, and the F goes on the 5th line. Then we'll have C sharp. C sharp will go on the 3rd space. Next we have G sharp. The G will go on the space above the staff. So we got F, we got C, we got G. 3 down, 4 more to go. D is next. The D sharp will go on the 4th line. 4th line from the bottom. Got that one out of the way. Now we'll have A. Now our pattern has been something of a down, up, down, up. So we start with F and went down. And we went up. Then we went down. But we're not going back up. We're going to go down again to find the A. If we try to put an A up here, it'd be on a ledger line, and we don't write key signatures on ledger lines. It's okay to put that space above the staff, but we're not going to put a key signature on a ledger line. So we got F, C, G, D. A is next. So the A will go on the 2nd space. All right, so there's that one down. If I can get my arrow erased. Good. All right. 5 down, 2 to go. F, C, G, D, A, E. E is next. It goes on the 4th space. F, C, G, D, A, E. All right, one more. We have one more sharp to write in, and that is B on the 3rd line. So there's the pattern that you use for the key signatures. F, C, G, D, A, E, B for the key signatures for the sharps, that is. And there's the pattern. For the answer, when you put your answers on the test or on a quiz to be correct, you have to use that pattern exactly.